This is the last thing that you want to see when you open your nest. If you're a bird owner, you know that sooner or later you may encounter a problem that we all face. Whether you're a hobbyist or you're a breeder, if you have birds, there will come a time when one of them gets sick. And when they do, it's very crucial that you act fast in order to save that bird's life. Now with an adult bird, it's very simple. They give you certain signs, clues, and symptoms that may help you notice that that bird is sick. Whether they're tucking their head, whether they're fluffed up, maybe they have a dirty vent, and so on. They usually give you these signs, and it gives us time to know which medication or to diagnose the problem and medicate that bird so that we can save it. But what happens when it's a baby bird? See, usually these guys won't give you any signs or symptoms as to what is going on. And the only way that you're going to find out that something is wrong with your baby bird is if you look inside of the nest. One of the things that I like to do here in the bird room on a regular basis is nest inspections. I go through the nest, I take a look at the chicks just to make sure that they are developing correctly. And while doing this, I also try to look for certain clues that may let me know that these chicks are sick or that the parents are not feeding. And this is exactly what I found when I opened this nest. Unfortunately, by the time that I found the chick in this nest, it was already dead. But as you can see, it had food in the crop. So it wasn't an issue where the parents or the foster parents weren't feeding. They were feeding just fine. The problem is that these chicks had an infection. Birds have a large variety of medications that can be offered to them when they're sick. But when it comes to baby birds, it is completely different. See, these same medications that would normally help an adult bird that is sick can kill a baby bird when it's sick, because these medications are too powerful and that chick is not able to hold or withstand those medications at such an early stage of its life. So there is one medication in specific that I offer my baby birds when something like this happens, and that is Tritamine Sulfa. Now I'm probably butchering that name, so I'm going to head and put it right up here so that you guys can see it. And this is a medication that is easily found online. And this is something that is very crucial and important to keep in any aviary, especially during the breeding season. And I'm going to show you exactly how it is that I use it. So let's go prepare some now. This antibiotic is very simple to mix. It mixes with water. I use 1/8 of a teaspoon to 16 ounces of water. And this is going to be their main source of drinking water for the next 5 to 7 days. This is also what you're going to be using to mix with their hand feeding formula and feeding them for the next 5 to 7 days. Let's go ahead and take these guys outside so that I can show you a little bit better what I'm talking about. Okay, so here are the last 3 chicks from this clutch of 4. What we're going to end up doing is hand feeding these 3 chicks for the next 5 to 7 days. And you may be asking yourself, why is it that you have to hand feed them? Why can't you just give this antibiotic and water to the parents and let that parent do their job? See, unfortunately, what happens anytime that you give birds antibiotic in their water is that they eat less, and subsequently they drink less water as well, because they don't like the bitter taste or the taste of that water with the antibiotic. So when birds have chicks and you offer them antibiotics, you always run the risk of them abandoning their chicks or feeding less. And subsequently, as a result of this, those chicks are going to suffer, they'll lose weight and end up eventually dying. So during the next 5 to 7 days, or whichever course I decide to take with these antibiotics, I have to hand feed these chicks in order to keep them alive. And that is why I mix extra antibiotic with the hand feeding formula and feed it to them this way. One, we allow the chicks to get the antibiotics directly from us through the hand feeding formula. So regardless of what the parents do, whether they drink the water or not, or feed the chicks or not, they are getting this antibiotic in their system. This is also going to help us monitor the chicks a little bit better and make sure that they are growing properly, and do these supplemental feedings in order to help them when the parents don't. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that all parents will do this. There are some parents that are great and they feed regardless of what you give them in the water, but others don't do such a great job. So this is something that you have to stay on top of in order to see progress. All right, guys, well, this is going to be the end of the video. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. Hopefully you've learned something new. Whether you're a novice or you're an expert breeder, it doesn't matter. We all go through these problems where we have birds that become sick at one point or another. So hopefully now you know how to solve this problem if you have been having this issue. Like always, if you've enjoyed the video, remember to hit a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we will see each other in the next one. Bye.